Surprise, surprise. One Punch Man, after 5 rounds, has finally been dethroned. By what? Death Note. That's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of crazy because a lot of people were complaining in the previous polls. What were they saying? I can't believe these dumbass kids only want Battle Shonen. These dumbass monkeys can only enjoy Unga Bunga shows and they cannot comprehend the beautiful writing that is Madoka, Monster, the fucking FMA Brotherhood, and so on. Turns out, oh shit. Now, Death Note I think is a lot more mainstream than Madoka or Monster, right? It is not a battle shonen. I think it is like a show of logical deductions and big brain things, more akin to like Classroom of the Elite if you really think about, again, like the mental warfare happening. Yeah, psychological thriller stuff. But even then, it is such a handhold name. A lot of people know about Death Note. I know about Death Note, right? Like popular clips like I'm gonna eat that chip, right? It's been around for a while and it has a huge title. That's why I think it came this early. Now, here's the thing about Death Note. I put this in last month in a poll against Monster and FMA Brotherhood. And Death Note came last. When I again pulled in Monster and FMA Brotherhood with Death Note, Monster came out on top. So what does that mean? Well, it means that back then, it's not that the audience has changed significantly. It's only been a month. It's more of the different selection of animes in comparison. Because if you look at this poll, what do we have? Angel Beats, Future Diary, One Punch Man. The amount of people that would enjoy Death Note is not spread out amongst FMA Brotherhood and Monster. Now, I could do a test and put in Monster and FMA Brotherhood in another poll, even though they lost, just to see if Death Note is legitimate or not. And I may end up doing that next time. But right now, I got some other animes lined up, and I'll show you at the end of today's video. Let's read some of the comments as usual and see how mad people are. First of all, this is the video. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood lost, One Punch Man sweep. That's from yesterday. This is Death Note. This is actually crazy. Hold on, play this. Hit it. This is 2 hours after. What's going on? Huh? Yeah, baby. This was 2 hours after posting the poll, and Death Note was winning by a pretty decent margin, so it's been holding that. Death Note plus Kaka reaction equals peak. Death Note supremacy. Big Brain Note won against overpowered bald man. Anything else? Let's see. One mid-man's reign of terror is over. Rig Note is winning. I knew there was going to be a poll about this video about this poll. Yeah. I always assumed you already watched the most iconic animes like this for whatever reason. How many times do I need to fucking tell you guys that the only animes that I've watched was fucking Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach growing up? If the anime doesn't exist as a playlist in this fucking main channel, aside from those battle shonens, I haven't seen it. That's why people are always like, oh, you haven't watched this yet? Oh, you're brand new anime tourist. It's like, hey, dumbass. You should be on your fucking knees, licking my feet saying, thank you, React Messiah, that you can give us blind reactions to these old animes because you were too busy watching Battle Shonen. Like, what is the idea here? Motherfucker is trying to act as if I'm a tourist to anime because I haven't seen this boomer ass shows and they're upset that I didn't watch it. You should be fucking glad that we can react to these shit. Since we in cos community are just going off the debate of whether killing Marina was ethical and Takopi, Death Note would be a perfect series to react to at this point. If we're killing more Marinas, then I'm all for it. Fact that Angel Beats in a poll makes me very happy. Angel Beats got brigaded. Just like, what was called? Clannad and Angel Beat. Both of them very fraudulent, right? Because this, well, it did better than Future Diaries, though. I thought that Future Diaries would do pretty well, considering, like, the edginess of it and a lot of people, like, talking about it. But nah, man. Came out dead last. Death Note commentary gonna go crazy. I don't think Death Note's gonna win at the end, but it's gonna be interesting to see how far Death Note is gonna go, man. This because some of these people been bullied all their life and they wish they could legit write people away. One Punch Man won too many rounds. I think that there's definitely some people that has been bullied and traumatized in the past, and that's why they watch. No. I think there's more pseudo intellect that watch Death Note and think, yeah, that's me for real, rather than, oh no, I got bullied and I'm on a notebook to kill people. Straight up, I think it's like Classroom of the Elite. Whenever you have like big brain shows like this with smart characters, people basically like show up saying, oh, that's me for real, bro. I am that like Machiavellian dark psychology giga chad. Yeah, that's totally me. No, I think that's more those people. Ended the poll? No, the poll's gonna keep going for another couple rounds. Would have preferred Madoka, Death Note Assault 2. Put Monster in there and Death Note loses. This guy knows what I'm talking about. This is a person that's been keeping very careful tab on the polls. Because again, I talked about how Monster and Full Metal Alchemist and Death Note all together in a poll. Monster came out on top. So I might again do that for just for fun later on. I understand the system Kaw has in place, but why doesn't he pick an anime himself that he wants to watch for once? Sure, he's not optimizing for views, but I think it's still a good idea. Good idea for who? Now, straight up, why is this a good idea? Because if I do that, again, I'm wasting money making videos that no one asked for and killing my career. You think killing my career is a good idea? If I truly wanted to watch animes that I want to watch, I'll watch it on my own. I don't have to react to it. I could simply just sit down and watch it by myself. Thing is though, there's always in the back of my mind where it's like, maybe this show will get voted in one day. Maybe one day there is opportunity to make content for this anime. So I never watch anime by myself anymore. I'll watch like Western TV shows and other like entertainment medium, but anime stuff, it's just on content and that's it. And in the game of YouTube, it doesn't matter what I want. Honestly, I can watch anything and enjoy it. You've seen how I react to things. It doesn't matter. I can find a way to enjoy stuff. But in the game of YouTube, the most important thing is understand your audience and give them what they want. You don't do that shit, your channel doesn't grow. I see why One Punch Man got beat by Death Note. The Big Brain series will do well with Kaka when the character takes the chips and eats it. That's a meme, right? What do you mean you see why? I think it's actually pretty surprising that Death Note won. Let's read some of the comments here in the polls. Death Note all the way. With Clannad yesterday and Angel Beats finally made it in. Let's go. It's nice to see key animes, get finally a chance since Charlotte won a poll. Charlotte did win the poll a long time ago, and Charlotte performance was really good. Every single Charlotte reaction, I think, was phenomenal, man. Love that anime. I don't see if Clannad or Angel Beats is actually going to make it in, because I think those two animes are a little bit too tragic and sad compared to like Charlotte, even though Charlotte was, kind of sad. Death Note is by far the one Ka would enjoy the most out of these four. It has a very low barrier of entry, but also pretty high ceiling for, I guess, getting sweaty with the analysis. P.S. Death Note is one of the shows where the dub may be better than the sub. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. It doesn't matter what your opinion is of dub or sub. If Death Note ever won, I will simply do a poll and see sub versus dub and go off of that. Death Note is a must-watch. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Death Note dominating out of nowhere just for One Punch Man to win after a few hours. Edit. This aged poorly. June Maida supremacy? Nope, I'm tired of crying. Death Note winning actually surprises me. Me too. Didn't it lose to Monster not long ago? Yes, exactly. But One Punch Man decimated Monster? Yes, exactly. Because again, it is not the same people voting every time. Right? When you basically put Death Note up against these other titles today, those shows aren't like people who voted for Monster or Full Metal Alchemist before. That's why, like, in one more poll, I think, not this upcoming poll, but the after one, if Death Note wins one more round, I'm going to put Monster and Full Metal Alchemist back in just to see if we can reproduce that same poll in the past where Monster won. That's what happens when you have constantly new shows being selected with, like, the previous winner of the round going in. Because, again, it's like a tournament, right? It's like a tournament matchup, right? It depends on who you're going up against. And if you unfortunately lost in that round, new opponents show up, but there's a chance because, again, different demographics of it not being compared and like fragmented. Basically what I'm trying to say is all the people that voted for Death Note in this poll would be separate if Monster was on the poll too. So it's kind of like Monster brigading Death Note together to beat One Punch Man. It also could be a lot of people who don't even want to watch Death Note that are just tired of the Kate Baldy winning the polls. Let's see. One Punch Man lost to Death Note. Death Note lost to Monster. Monster lost to One Punch Man. This is exactly it. It's rock, paper, scissors right now. This is exactly it. It's because Monster and Death Note have similar fan bases. Exactly. It is rock, paper, scissors. And it's kind of an issue, right? It is an issue with... Because, like, the reason I'm even doing this is so that we can try to figure out the anime that aligns with my audience the most. Rather than just picking the most liked comments and having one poll, I'm trying to do multiple comments. But now I'm realizing, even if we try to do this, there's still going to be problems, right? Because nothing is perfect. You're always going to have problems with what comes up. So in cases like this, I think it is worthwhile to basically redo the poll and try to reproduce the same situation where, again, Monster and the FMA Brotherhood will be going against Death Note and Monster and see what will happen again. Well, doubt we'll watch Death Note, but it's something I wanted to see. I mean, you can still watch it by yourself, you know? You don't have to wait for my reaction. Please, Angel Beats. Angel Beats ain't coming, man. If Charlotte is on tomorrow's poll and it's in fourth, Charlotte has already... There's a playlist for it, bro. Go check it out. Death Note. The so-called silent majority got swept away by the crying minorities in the comment section. No. The Death Note people are also a silent majority. They've been kind of lurking. Death Note beating One Punch Man that beat Monster in the past. That Monster beat the Death Note in the past. What's going on? Rock, paper, scissors. Automatically selected One Punch Man, then noticed Death Note, which is my first anime. It's my most favorite anime after 100% anime. A lot of people talk very good things about Death Note, man. Anything between Death Note and Future Diaries will do. Is there any hope Kaka react to Spider-Verse movies? This is not the channel to be doing that. Maybe second channel content if paper people voted in, but movie reactions is usually very... It doesn't really happen much. Is Death Note fraudulent? Not yet. Let's see, what else is there? You haven't watched Death Note yet? What? Again, you should be fucking happy that I haven't watched these other fucking boomer anime so we can react to it in 2025. Has he watched Tokyo Ghoul? We haven't. Tokyo Ghoul, though, has like copyright issues on YouTube still. Like, Neil tried to upload Tokyo Ghoul like a couple months back and it's just constantly gets blocked, even like a decade plus after on YouTube. So, for whatever reason, Tokyo Ghoul, they don't want free advertisement. Death Note is the yapper show, is it now? I don't like repeating Unga Bunga usually, especially when Kaka has already read the manga, so Death Note for it is. Death Note reaction, Death Note this, Death Note that. Death Note should watch the dub again, we'll do a poll to see it. If I know Angel Beats ain't winning, so again, so I'm gonna vote Death Note. You should still vote for like what you want to watch, rather than just like voting for something because you think that your selection lost. Since they beat each other, Ka should do a poll between Monster, One Punch Man, Death Note, and semis. You know, I will. I think I will actually do another poll of like Death Note, Monster, FMA Brotherhood, and we'll see what happens. One fraud man? Nah, One Punch Man has won this entire time. That's 5 rounds. Put some respect on One Punch Man, man. I don't care who wins from Death Note or One Punch Man. I support you 100. I'm going to watch any show if you react to it and praise the Monkey King. This is the type of audience that you want. People who will watch you for who you are rather than the specific show that you're watching. That is the ultimate goal for like a variety channel because everybody gets carried by the topic. And there's always going to be a hardcore audience that enjoys you for your personality. And if you can make more of that, then that's how you become like established. Future Diary would be a good choice. Angel Beats would also be good. Surprised he hasn't watched Death Note. Despite being the anime king for it. Yeah, because you know what I've been doing for 4 to 6 years? Been watching fucking seasonal bullshit every fucking day. One Punch fraud? Nah, One Punch Man did fine. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So, here's the game plan. Okay? Here's the game plan. We are obviously going to put Death Note into the next round. And here is the brand new poll. Now, remember, I talked about how there's a rock, paper, scissors situation happening with Monster, Death Note, One Punch Man, and kind of like FMA Brotherhood too. I think that this is a redundant poll again, where we're gonna just put in it's just for fun. We're just gonna put in, you know, new animes in that I think might be just interesting to check out. Nisekoi should be a fun one, right? We'll see about that. But I think the outcome of this is gonna be Death Note win. Maybe Darling or Nisekoi will come in second place. I don't think many people even know about this anime, or at least I haven't heard of it, so I think this will come in last. And after this round of polls, the one after it, I'm gonna put Death Note against Monster and FMA Brotherhood and see what wins. Because I want to reproduce that same batch. Maybe I'll put One Punch Man back in the poll again at that time. And then if One Punch Man is in that same poll, I think that Death Note audience will get fragmented and vote for other stuff, and One Punch Man will win that poll, even though Death Note beat One Punch Man. You know what I mean? It'll be a very fun experiment to do. But at the end of the day, none of it matters. Because why? Because we are going to get Nisei Monogatari into the final poll in the grand finals, and we will see what happens. Here it is. Go to the post. Round 6, baby. See you next time.